welcome to Anfield Index TV. I'm Nina Kauser. I thought I'd sit down and have a little catch up with you guys. I've not done a video since the competitive season kicked off, so I just want to share my thoughts. First of all, 3 games, 9 points, 3 clean sheets. Okay, Liverpool, who the hell are you? And where's the old school team that I've been accustomed to being disappointed with? Where are you? Seriously. I mean, no, on a serious note, it's such a feel-good factor being a Liverpool supporter right now. There's so many talking points. This is pretty much a new look Liverpool team for so many reasons. I mean, I will start with the obvious. Such an impeccable record, for one. I've never noticed that. Usually we start off well and then we lose the second game. I also feel that the new sort of signings, some of them that have featured, have like sort of blended in, and the smooth transition of certainly Naby Keita in that midfield, just absolutely bossing it. And it just goes to show what a box-to-box midfielder looks like, what we needed. His passing, his dribbling, he is exactly everything that midfield needed, and we have it now. And as a result, other players around him are functioning better. James Milner just rolling back the years as they go. And of course, Gini Wijnaldum, who is right now playing some adventurous passes and was, for me, the man of the match against Brighton. And of course, that midfield three have started all 3 games. And more importantly, they pretty much took all the positive headlines against West Ham. So happy in the first game of the season. So happy days indeed. And of course, we still have Fabinho to come into the mix needed. So it's great to have so many options, especially with the Ox being out for a long-term injury. So this is a massive positive, and the midfield, 0 complaints so far. Got to talk about the defence, keeping clean sheets, again, spoiling me. If we never concede another goal all season, I'm down with that. I can live with that. You have absolutely spoilt me. Of course, Virgil van Dijk, he is by far our best centre-back. The full-backs pretty much pick themselves now. They just pretty much do what we pretty much expect them to do. They are excellent. They're young. They have tons of energy. They run down those flanks. It's incredible. And of course, I think the talking point in the defence has to be right now Joe Gomez, who has played all 3 games since the self-proclaimed world's greatest defender is out with injury. I think he has pretty much nailed that position, and it just goes to show a young centre-back can learn so much from somebody who has so much experience, who's a bit of a leader like Virgil van Dijk. And I feel like he is growing each game. And dare I say, he was actually the better defender against Brighton. I thought he was incredible. Don't get me wrong, he has his flaws, and I know there's lots of questions about him when it comes to aerial duels, etc., but no one's perfect, right? I mean, everyone has a flaw in their game, and he's a young guy, and hopefully he will just improve as he gets more game time. And if we're talking about the defence, we've got to speak about the man in between the sticks, the bearded one, Alisson, the keeper that I think we have been screaming out for such a long time. He's confident, calm, assured. I think he's exactly the goalkeeper that suits the style of play that we play. His distribution is excellent. It's quality. Don't get me wrong. There were a few nervy, scary moments, certainly against the Brighton game, but luck was on our side and we got away with that one. But overall, I think he just fills Liverpool supporters with confidence throughout the stadium. They certainly loved that little chip against the Brighton player. And of course, I think the defenders really, really enjoy the fact that they actually have a quality goalkeeper, and you kind of see them all hugging, and there's just a great chemistry and energy about the defence, so very happy indeed. Got to talk about the Liverpool attack, the famous attack, the Fab 3, the 3 that pick themselves. Lots of talk that they haven't quite clicked and they're not quite in sync as they were, say, at the end of last season. I think that's fair and I think that's given. And let's not forget, last season they started off way more ropier than they have this season. There still is some cohesion and connection. I mean, 3 goals for Mane, 2 for Salah. Daniel Sturridge comes on, scores in 30 seconds against West Ham. Roberto Firmino failed to score, but don't let that stat fool you from just how much he's worked his arse off. He has worked tirelessly, and he has got into some incredible positions for Liverpool. So I think they just get better, and more importantly, yeah, you might say the attack hasn't scored an awful lot of goals or you expect more from them, but luckily the defence has held onto their part of the bargain with the clean sheet. So we've always come away with 3 points, and that's all you can ask for. The reason why I call this a new look Liverpool side, yeah, granted we're winning, clean sheets, etc., etc. For me, I feel like there's Liverpool have always been an unlucky side, in my opinion. We've played well and we've conceded some stupid goals, some individual error, a brain fart moment, and that has always cost us, and it's always left us feeling quite frustrated as Liverpool supporters. This season, I know it's early on, and don't get carried away, Nina, but it's hard, you know, when you are playing so well and you're very happy with your team. But I feel like we have been quite lucky. I feel like, you know, there were a few scary moments. Certainly when it was 1-0, when we were 1-0 up against Crystal Palace, and Palace sort of, I think around about the 80th minute, around about that mark, they had a free kick and there were some set pieces, and I was genuinely thinking, right, the equaliser incoming, because I expected it. And I think the same with Brighton as well. I thought first half we pretty much controlled. Second half they certainly looked like a team that was threatening. They played really well, and you know, some would argue that they actually deserved a point, and I think the manager did too. But as a Liverpool supporter, I'm quite happy that we got away with that one. We were lucky, and for me, those are the reasons why this just feels so different. You could argue again that, hey, you've not played anyone of note. You've had quite an easy sort of run into the beginning of the season. Yeah, that's true. But again, those are the teams that we tend to slip up against. So that is why I think every Liverpool supporter is absolutely happy, thrilled, buzzing. You know, you walk around Anfield, everyone's absolutely smiling, they're glowing, and you know, you just have to embrace it and love it. And I genuinely do believe that this is going to be a special season for Liverpool. And whilst we're talking about the feel-good factor, I think what really adds to it is, you know, the demise of Manchester United and Jose Mourinho. Of course, they lost 3-0 to Spurs at home. The meltdown is absolutely incredible. The fans just losing it. It's quite comical to see, given the, you know, the amount of money he's had to spend, and you know, him whinging and constantly mourning. It is Jose Mourinho and the third season syndrome, and again, it can't have happened to a nicer club. So naturally, as Liverpool supporters, we find that quite amusing. I certainly do. Yeah, you can argue that Jose Mourinho won those trophies. Yeah, he won trophies, but you know, he started quite well, and now he's just dropping. And you know, yeah, Jurgen Klopp did get us into 3 finals, and we lost all those 3 finals. And, you know, I'm sure there are United fans that laugh about that, but look at us. We're quite happy. We're very happy with our manager, and we're very happy with our team, and we're very happy with the direction in which we're going in. And I think there's a difference. So guys, that is the end of my sort of brief thoughts and on Liverpool so far. I want to get your thoughts. What feels different to you this time round? Do you think we might actually win some silverware? Comment down below. Whilst I have your attention, please do check out AI Pro. There is an absolutely incredible podcast. No, the podcast with Sir Kenny Dalglish. So do check that out. It is on Anfield Index Pro. All you got to do is go to anfieldindex.com/join. There is a 7-day free trial, and also £10 off your annual subscription. So that is $39.99 for your annual subscription. Do check it out. It's incredible. The King, he hardly does interviews. He hardly speaks to anyone, but to have him on a podcast and just hear him speak about Liverpool is just absolutely incredible, worth your time. So do check that out. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Whilst you're here, subscribe, and I will catch you in my next episode, which will be pretty soon. Till then, up the red and stay glowing.